What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and the hysteria around Hogwarts Legacy is reaching new heights as official reviews are out, and the scores are exceedingly good, except for a few news outlets. I mean, political hackery, pretending to be news outlets, didn't get review copies, and they're very mad about that. And you just wonder why, because well, Warner Brothers knew they were just going to trash the game anyway. In fact, the overwhelming majority of reviews still include a paragraph or two disavowing J.K. Rowling, absolutely nothing to do with the game review at all, and almost certainly proof that they are artificially dragging down their scores. On top of that, a brand new website that is creating lists, essentially a passive threat, perhaps a doxing website. I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do, but if you play the game, they're creating a list with your name. Absolute insanity. Let's start out with some of the more hilarious cope. The journalists pretending that they are still heroic even though they're making money after covering covering game. By the way, I'll be playing on PC. I think it comes out early release is like Wednesday or Thursday. I'll be playing on my Meta PC, by the way. I have this page set up. I work with Meta PCs. If you're in the market for a new computer, I created a list of kind of good, better, best, ultimate. This is the actual computer I use here down on the bottom. They do custom builds too, laptops, lease to own, veteran-owned company, have stood by me for years through many cancel culture attempts. And so when you're in the market, promo code The Quartering, you'll save. I'll put the link in the description. Why I'm reviewing Hogwarts Legacy. It's our world, not hers. It actually is hers. Every time you enter it, you pay her money. 5 days ago, review code for Hogwarts Legacy landed in my inbox. I've been thinking about this moment for more than a year. Ever since the backlash against the game started gaining traction online, the author of the Harry Potter novels is a transphobic, and she's targeted trans women in particular. That's incorrect. You know, it's just... It's funny to me, just how the world that these like lunatics live in completely is devoid from facts. But anyway, I digress. On the flip side, the potential players point out the author wasn't involved in the creation of the legacy, and her status as the world's richest author won't change regardless of the game's success. Also, they really want to play it. I fall in the second category. I'm currently 15 hours in, and I'm just barely scratching the surface. I'm having an incredible time. It feels like an RPG that Harry Potter fans have been waiting for, rich and alive and absolutely packed with magic. It's slightly frightening to write that down, knowing the condemnation I could receive. Oh, yeah, don't put yourself up on the cross there, anonymous games journalist from Engadget. This on top of, like, look at Newsweek even ran. The Hogwarts Legacy boycott failed. Days before the official release, the verdict is in. Efforts to rally a boycott about the much talked about video game in association with its embattled author J.K. Rowling have failed. As far back as 2020, a number of fans have debated whether Rowling's attachment to the game would have been problematic. But with the game set to release this week, Forbes has reported that Hogwarts Legacy is already proven to be a hit, becoming the top-earning game on Steam, the best-selling game on the Epic Store, the deluxe and regular editions holding the top 2 spots on Amazon, and the best-selling game on PS5. And the game's not even out yet. Amazon is also reporting a robust business on the Xbox Series X, with the game's 2 deluxe editions and regular editions holding the top 3 spots in the games. Now, again, look, there's no other huge game release coming up this week, you know, other than the Dead Space remake. So, I mean, you know, your mileage may vary on what you think of that, but I mean, clearly people are buying the game, and lots of them. It's not for effort. Twitch streamer Will Overguard is known as the Viking Blonde. Last month shared a viral video on social media where he urged his followers not to buy the game. Please do not support Hogwarts Legacy game. I mean, like, I don't know if I'd call that viral. It has 5,000 likes. Big whoop. You know, again, it's all a cope. They all want to play the game. Imagine being this way, you know, like, look, there are like some of my all-time favorite bands have come out with some hot political takes that I strongly disagree with, but I'm not going to not enjoy their records. I mean, then who's really winning? You know, like, well, maybe I borrow it from a friend, or I stream it, or, something along those lines. But, I just don't understand how, like, depriving yourself of stuff is really sticking it to them. Hogwarts Legacy review scores: IGN 9 out of 10, VGC 4, Metro 8, Screen Rant 4.5, Xbox Era 9, Game Rant 4.5, PlayStation Universe 9.5 out of 10. I mean, Power Up 9 out of 10, Press Start 9 out of 10. These review scores are extremely high, and obviously factor in that they're probably artificially dragging down these scores in order to score some woke points. This leads to places like Kotaku. Kotaku writers confirmed that Warner Brothers chose not to give them an early review copy. Well, I wonder why that could be. Could it possibly be because Kotaku has been writing endless articles about how the game is evil incarnate, and that that they aren't going to play it, and that they shouldn't have people play it? Kotaku used to be a video game website, and that was even a long time ago. Now it's just out and out straight political type website. Other journalists are very unhappy about the overwhelming positive reviews and the lack of spending a good deal of these reviews talking about J.K. Rowling's harmful views. You see, CCJ, I'm excited to find out the review editors at which pubs were willing to take the Faustian bargain instead of doing right by their readers. Again, she is a staff writer, they, them, of course. Hogwarts Legacy does not deserve to be reviewed on its own merits. This is a position to take. Here's another journalist for VG 24/7. Every single critic that couldn't even write a paragraph on dealing with this bigot's disgusting views on trans community have failed at whether they're supposed to do an intrinsic level and should quit writing. Again, this is all of this, just so we're all clear here, right? All of this hate that J.K. Rowling is getting is because she believes that biological women and biological men are different. She has never said, like, so-and-sos are subhuman, or I don't think these people are, I've never seen anything like that. She's had the completely milquetoast take of, like, hey, biological men shouldn't compete against biological women in feats of strength, like swimming or skateboarding or things of that nature. Here's Patrick Klepek at Waypoint, formerly at Kotaku, I believe. Watching game journalist outlets jump through rhetorical hoops to justify coverage on Hogwarts Legacy isn't surprising. It'd be more honest if they played it straight through and just said, our shaky business model doesn't allow us to ignore any game that might sell 10 million copies. This, brought to you by the very same people who have been, who were overscoring games like The Last of Us 2 because of its representation. These are the same people that have been doing this since Jump Street. And then you have, and by the way, shout out to Legacy Kill HD for, putting these things together. And then further down, French game outlet Game Cult is refusing to give coverage of Hogwarts Legacy because of Rowling. What's interesting to me, what's really hilarious to me, is that, like, you have these people that are like, we're not going to review it. And then for the next 2 weeks, they're going to be sitting there with nothing to talk about. Are they going to say, oh, Hogwarts Legacy only sold 12 million copies. 12 million bigots exist. Big surprise. That sort of coverage, is that what they're going to do? I mean, they have the gamers writers are pissed at IGN and other outlets for putting warning labels about Rowling's, for only putting warning labels. Warning labels about the author of a book about wizards. This another author like Tech Raptor, putting a statement in your Hogwarts Legacy coverage about JKR can be a bit mean because you're a diehard activist that would have thrown the first brick at a stone wall. Or is a bit mean because, I mean, like, they're salty. We refuse to give an echo to the brand whose economic and media. They're doing the same thing, by the way. They're still advertising the game. They're still covering the game. Like, this is a spectacular self-own. It's only making me more excited for the game, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not a big, pre-order the game to own the libs guy, but I'm excited I did pre-order it. I'm excited to play it. I was going to avoid the review drama, but for IGN's review to state, as critics, our job is to answer the questions of whether or not we find a game to be fun to play or why it's a dismal misunderstanding of what a critique is. whatever score is given, whatever people think. What? How about, I'm in no way surprised by the positive reviews of Wizard Game from many outlets who have reviews up today. There's a lack of responsibility in reviews to games to acknowledge the harm that comes with supporting it. Again, these are the same people who will artificially inflate scores for games that are inherently pushing the same politics they agree with. This is a massive cope. This is them admitting that they're really not journalists, that they're really the game journalists. They are political hacks who spend all day on Twitter screeching. They probably still dream about Trump. They think about Trump every day. They refer to things like Trumpism and they're white and they say white people are bad and all this kind of stuff. And here's a coup de grace, again, put together by Legacy Killer HD. You should definitely subscribe to him on YouTube. Most of you probably are. He's not exactly a small channel, but someone made a website to see if your favorite Twitch streamer has streamed Hogwarts Legacy. I guess the goal is to boycott said streamer if they do play the game. This is getting ridiculous. Well, here you have they streamed that wizardgame.com? Put in a streamer and then connect to the Twitch API. Like, is this supposed to be some sort of like, you know who else made lists? I guarantee you I'm already pre-blocked by this person, but let's just see. I am Sam Gibbs. I mean, this is like, this is the most hilarious. Oh, look at you, Sam. You didn't block me already. Like, here you have, yeah, they're getting, brutally ratioed, of course. Priorities, this must be the way for this. Wait, there must be a way for this to victimize me. I understand you personally don't want to support it. That's your decision. It's fine. But if you believe you need to excise anyone who plays it from your life, you need to take a step back and reevaluate. Here's 6,000 likes. Are we really doing this? You people need lives. I mean, there's a whole website dedicated to finding out if a streamer played the Harry Potter game. Now, what are they going to do with that data? Probably name and shame them and, use this list to organize boycotts and try to harm them financially. I think, of course, other people buying the game and then the comments, I love it. But, like, what is this data going to be used for, right? It's like jackbooting. They're going to say, oh, well, now let's get after all these people's sponsors. Let's get them canceled. Let's get them demonetized. Let's get them struck. That's what this list is going to be used for. Make no mistake about it. I hope you enjoyed this video. And remember, check out Meta PC's link in the description. I'll be looking forward to playing Hogwarts Legacy, just like most of you. And we'll talk to you again real soon.